Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful tools in crisis preparedness, the tabletop exercise. You're going to learn what it is, why it matters, and most importantly, how to design and run one like a pro. By the end of this video, you'll be able to test your team, stress your systems, and sharpen your crisis response. You'll understand the importance of validating your plans, but also practicing your response. Let's get started. A tabletop exercise, also called a TTX, is a simulated situation played out in a meeting-style format. Participants are presented with a scenario, and they talk through their roles, responses, and decisions, but in real time. There's no physical deployment, it's just discussion. It validates policies, communication, and decision-making plans. It simulates a real-world event, but it's in a safe, protected environment. You can amp this up as your organization matures, but to start off, keep it safe, keep it simple. It's like a rehearsal for a play, but the stakes are your business continuity, your people's safety, and your reputation. And unlike drills, TTXs can reveal critical weaknesses without any actual disruption. When done right, tabletop exercise builds confidence and competence. It exposes blind spots and strengthens interdepartmental coordination. It can clarify roles and responsibilities. Whether it's a data breach, natural disaster, or a public relations meltdown, teams that have practiced together respond smarter, faster, with fewer mistakes. Let's break this down into 6 key steps to design your own tabletop exercise. 1. Define your objective. What are we trying to test? Is it your communication plan, one of your incident protocols, or your crisis leadership decision-making? You need to be specific. For example, test our hospital's ability to handle a mass casualty event while internal systems are down. That's a complex one, but the clearer the goal, the better the exercise. Step 2. Pick a scenario. Choose a scenario relevant to your industry or threat landscape. Here's a few examples. Things like power grid failure, ransomware attack, active shooter. You need to pick something that's realistic but challenging. You want the team to sweat a little but not completely shut down, because they're overwhelmed by the complexity. You can build and get them there, but it is a maturation process. Step 3. Build an inject timeline. An inject is a piece of new information dropped into the exercise to force discussions or decisions. Here's an example for a cyber attack. 9 a.m., employees report being locked out of their computer systems. 9:15, IT reports signs of ransomware. 9:30, media outlet contacts you for a statement. 10, hackers release customer data. This keeps the scenario evolving, just like in real life. You can adjust injects based on your team's choices. A good exercise facilitator or controller is able to adjust when these different injects come out, or can even bypass them depending on how the scenario is playing out during the exercise. Step 4. Assign roles. Participants can play their actual job roles, or they can take one on for simulation purposes. You need to be thinking about incident commander, communications, legal, HR, IT or cyber, as well as logistics and operational folks. Also, assign a facilitator, someone who keeps the story moving, prompts questions, but stays neutral. Think of them as the controller of the exercise. Step 5. Prepare materials. You'll need a scenario brief, inject handouts or slides, a map or an organizational chart, as well as notepads or a log for decisions and actions, as well as an evaluation sheet for the debrief. Make it feel real. Even a PowerPoint or simple timeline visual helps people visualize that crisis unfolding. Step 6. Plan the debrief. This is where the real magic happens after the exercise. You need to ask the participants things like, what went well? Where did we struggle? What needs fixing immediately? Are roles and communication channels clear? You need to identify those corrective actions and assign owners. This is where you extract real value. It's about turning theory into improvement. All right, let's try a quick version together. So here's the setup. Here's our scenario. A major data breach in a financial firm. Customer private information is leaked online. Hackers claim inside help. News outlets are running this story. Inject 1, 10 a.m. Customers flood your call center demanding answers. So what's your communication plan? Who informs clients? Who notifies any regulators? Inject 2. Your chief information security officer reports the breach originated from a former employee's access credentials. Do you disclose this to the public? What legal steps should you take now? Inject 3. Media is reporting internal negligence. Hashtag data dump gate is trending. What's your media response? Who becomes the spokesperson? Is the CEO involved? Now let's talk about running the exercise. Here's a few pro tips for facilitators. You do need to keep things moving, but don't rush through them. Let participants lead the discussion. Encourage debate, but stay on track. Use a whiteboard or log to track decisions and corrective actions. Capture questions or concerns that need to go in a parking lot that still need to be answered, but aren't part of this exercise. Another big thing to remember is that it's not a pass or fail. It's not a test, okay? What it is, it's an exercise used to learn and adapt. If this gave you the tools to run your first or next tabletop exercise, hit that like button and subscribe. Subscribe if you want more on crisis leadership, response planning, and real-world breakdowns. Remember, crisis is a matter of when, not if. So rehearse like it's real, because one day it will be. These exercises are all about validating your plans and practice, practice, practice. Until next time, stay resilient.